What is up, guys and girls? Welcome to another episode of the Nonstop Review. I'm your host, as always, Devon, and joining me equally as always is Rick.
Hello, everybody.
Those of you familiar with the show probably already know this, but for those of you who are new, what we like to do is ask Rick what he thinks the episode will be based entirely upon the title, for he knows little, if anything, about regular show. Case in point, he's doing quite poorly in the score system.
Oh, yes, I'm doing rather badly for last recording session and this one. And that's including the easement on the scoring.
So, Rick, today's episode is called Think Positive. What do you think the episode's going to be about?
Well, it's going to be a self-help episode where someone depressive, it can't be Skips because he knows everything. To be honest, the person who's most more likely to be angry rather than anything else is probably Benson. So, at the risk of it being a Benson blowout, it's going to be another Benson episode. Goes to a shrink, gets told to think positive, and that's your title drop. And everything he does is somehow positive, and it just ends up going really badly after a while. It goes really well for a little while, then really badly, after maybe the halfway point, to the point that even positive electric charges mean that everything is electrified around him.
Rick, you always have this problem with regular show where I know they go into the eldritch and weird, but you always take it one step too far, but not in the right way.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm giving you 2 points.
2!
Yeah, 2. So, with that in mind, Rick, do you want to remind the audience what we're doing today and count us in?
Yeah, regular show season 3, episode 15. Think positive. 3, 2, 1, and go.
So I gave you 2 points because you gave the correct character and you gave a vague enough idea of what the episode's about, but you got so many details wrong that I couldn't give you more. You know what I mean?
What a lovely fella. Yeah.
That is an ugly butterfly.
It is a really ugly moth.
Butterfly. That is a chainsaw. Do not give Rigby a chainsaw. No opinions on the chainsaw? Okay.
Yeah. Well, he also managed to break the saw at the same time. Aww. The fucking up everything that Pops is doing just from Benson being angry.
That is not diet soda. It's got a red label.
It does, yeah.
Oh, cool. This is my brand of autism.
Pop's hammer.
Jesus Christ, Mordecai, how?
Yeah, how did this happen? How did this even happen? Little bastards.
Do want to punch them, don't we?
Oh, thank you. Oh, I think I might have seen this one.
It's a good possibility. I also want to point out that Pops is coming here from the wrong angle, but I do entirely agree that there's no point in constantly yelling at people if constantly yelling at them doesn't fix the problem.
Yeah, and it demonstrably doesn't work and hasn't worked.
So what's the point in doing it?
Yeah.
Also, to be honest with you, if this was a real working environment, Mordecai and Rigby would have been fired fucking years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Because almost every job has a free strike system, and Mordecai and Rigby are on 300.
Yeah. They're on season 3, episode 15 of strikes.
Including getting another employee fired.
Yeah.
You know it's bad when suppressing your anger causes you physical pain.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Who's what make the world go round? Any woman willing to be a hoe is okay in my book, including men as well. I'm just more picky.
Yeah.
God, he's got a big head.
Yeah, he does.
Here's the problem as well, is like you're punishing someone where punishments work, whereas like he's trying to punish people where they don't care about the consequences. It's a constant cycle of fuckery. Because you have this problem at work where I tell all the new kids, just stop giving a fuck and life will be easy. But there are people who don't have the ability to get rid of the giving a fuck isms. Like,
yeah. So, some people just can't discard care.
Yeah, I've been like, there's a thing at my job called a record of improvement. These don't mean anything, but to some people, if you get one, it destroys them for a week, and it's like, cool. Yeah. This doesn't help anyone, does it? Because the people who don't care how many they get. We have a mutual friend, Rick, who when he left the job had like 50 of them. Yeah. They don't mean anything. They don't do anything. But to the people who give a fuck about this sort of thing, it eats them up inside, and then they do worse.
Yeah, it's like a miniature version of a formal warning. I'll bloody do it.
Okay, time to murder Pops. Now, I don't know if this technique actually works. I've never had anger management issues. I've got to assume it does, because loads of people tell you to just count to an arbitrary number, right?
Yeah, it's just a case of give time between the thing that's making you mad and your reaction.
And the problem is you're dealing with Mordecai and Rigby, who don't fucking help.
No, they don't. Ooh.
$60
book.
I wouldn't pay $60 for a blowjob, and I love blowjobs. That's a sentence I'm going to regret saying.
Oh, is this when he remembers his?
This is a real thing, though. Like, you do, if you live in a loud household, you do just get loud.
Yeah, I know that I've got a problem with interrupting people.
Do you? I hadn't noticed.
Yeah, and it's and it's because I live in a house with one person who interrupts people all the time.
See, I've got this weird issue where my natural speaking volume does tend to be louder than most people's because I live with someone who's hard of hearing.
Yes.
It's not something you notice until you talk to other people. I used to frighten the shit out of people at work because I'd say their name, but I'd say it so loudly they thought I was yelling at them.
Is he actually becoming a fire elemental?
No, he's not becoming a fire elemental. He's just really angry.
It's Ruby.
I've not seen that show, and I'm never going to, so it doesn't work.
No, it's like Steven Universe Ruby.
Oh, I thought you meant Ruby as in RWBY.
Nah.
Do you know what? A lot of your anger would be dealt with if you just got the weeaboo stick and beat the shit out of these two kids. Apparently, the original meaning not the original meaning, the original like colloquialism of weeaboo came from a comic where someone said, "Time to beat him with a weeaboo stick," and for some reason, a weeaboo stick is just a cricket bat.
Okay, yeah. So I believe it's from Perry Bible Fellowship.
Okay.
And our prospects for weeaboo are up this year, and they just all go weeaboo, weeaboo. Lord Freezer!
So, I guess you're Lord Freezer. It's Freezer. Why does it have an I in it?
It doesn't.
The funny thing is it still does in some English translations.
Yeah, in most as well.
Pops, I want to strangle you.
Yeah, this might be the first episode that I properly saw all the way through, which gave me a different impression of what Pops would be.
Fair enough. That's the fucking Hypnotoad noise.
It is. All glory to the Hypnotoad.
And the winner for the 24th year in a row of Best TV Show is All Glory to the Hypnotoad Show. I fucking love that fucking squeal they give Muscle Man. It's so dumb. I love it. This is also like one of the few times where Pops doesn't look like a feeble old man.
Yeah.
He does look like a Muppet in that shot.
He does a bit.
It's the eyes. Yeah, hurt that little fucker. Kick him in the bollocks.
He does. He looks kind of Cupheadish.
I sees it. Man, this predated Cuphead by a while.
It did.
We can only hope that Rigby died in this explosion. I really don't like Rigby. I don't think I've made that clear. So know that whenever I give Rigby an MVP award, it really hurts my soul.
A little bit.
Clean up this mess up or you're fired. See, you don't need to yell.
Yeah, especially when you got an everyone laughs. Oh, okay, they can't hear shit.
What? I said what? Carl, that wasn't an annoying period of wrestling that still persists to this day.
Yes, the old what?
See, if you know about it, that means that it's bad.
That was Steve Austin, right?
Yeah, Steve Austin one day just decided to do during an interview. He just kept interrupting someone by going, what? And it became a crowd chant, which means they chanted it all the goddamn time, and it fucking sucks.
Yeah. Apparently Mark Hamill was also Benson's dad.
Sure. I didn't really speak long enough, and why get an actor in just for that role, innit?
Yeah, totally. Especially when you've got one of the most prolific vocal chameleons of our age.
Mark Hamill is not a vocal chameleon.
Okay, he does Luke, and he does Skeletor, and he does the Joker, and Skeletor is just the Joker.
And they all sound the same. Anyway, Mark Hamill is very good at emoting with his voice, but he's not a chameleon. That's just the wrong fucking word.
Sure.
Anyway, Rick, what did you think of the episode?
I liked it. It was it brought back memories, and like I say, I think this is one that I have actually seen. I think it's one of the few that I've seen all the way through, and it made me think that Pops was going to be a much bigger part of the show than he ends up being.
It's really funny. This is one of the ones you say you've seen all the way through, because an episode is only about 10 minutes.
Yeah, but also it's on telly, so if you turn the telly on and the episode is halfway through, this is like when I would be watching these was before you could just rewind things that you hadn't turned on yet.
Okay. I don't think that's something you can do even now. I think you have to have been on the channel to rewind.
Depends on what channel it is and what your box is. So like if it's on iPlayer or whatever, you can restart the show.
That's iPlayer's different. That's a streaming service.
And I believe the movie channels also let you restart the movie.
If you say so. I don't watch TV.
Yeah.
You know,
to be honest, for the most part, neither do I. But yeah, the closest thing I get to watching TV is watching Disney Plus and Netflix.
Yeah, that's not TV. When I say TV, I mean TV, traditional TV.
Yeah, and once in a blue moon, Amazon Prime.
But again, still not TV.
Although we have a TV in the kitchen and my folks put it on to make noise happen while we have food.
Well, you might as well, because you can't have a great conversation when you're eating.
Yeah, and it also is the source of all of the stains on my dad's shirt.
Very fun. Rick, you're supposed to ask me.
Yes, but yes, I liked this episode. It's one of my favourites by default. But yes, how about you? What do you think?
Yeah, it's a good episode. This used to get repeated a lot, so I'm not surprised to hear that you've seen it.
Yeah. It might be part of the formative experience of why I like Benson so much.
Which is weird, because this isn't a good Benson episode.
Not particularly, but it shows that he is a multifaceted character who, yes, he gets angry, and yes, it's healthy to be angry at people that you are legitimately angry at.
No, it doesn't show he's multifaceted. It shows he's angry. That's not multifaceted. That's one thing.
Yeah, angry man.
Sometimes Rick likes to use words, but he uses those words incorrectly.
Hypotenuse.
Yes, sunflower. No, I said sunflower. I meant to say fucking hypotosis of hypnosis. What's the fucking word, Rick? Fuck.
Photosynthesis.
Yeah, that's the word I was going for, and I just completely fucked it. I was like sunflower, hypnosis,
sunflower hypnosis.
Yeah, it was a fucking idiots. Yeah, but it's a decent enough episode. I can see why it gets repeated a bunch, and yeah, sticking with the trend of you could stick this wherever. You don't need much prior information. Mordecai and Rigby are fuck-ups. Benson is angry. Pops is Pops. You're right, Pops bucks his usual characterization in this episode, but for the most part, he is still Pops. He did make me legitimately angry this episode, though.
Yeah, it's the only time that Pops has gotten frowny, as I've seen, really, probably.
Frowny as in, like, disappointed, rather than frowny as being, like, childlike upset, because he's been childlike upset a few times.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, let's get to the usual wind down, shall we? Rick, do you have a standout favourite moment?
It was probably the culmination of everything when Benson was gathering his spirit bomb of rage and then releasing it in a torrent of verbal abuse.
Yeah, I get you, man. It was a very simple effect, but it was a very good visualization of just anger building up, wasn't it?
Yeah, because he was consuming everything around it, as if anger is itself all-consuming.
And, like, even before then, like, he had a legitimate just stranger going, "Hey, buddy, you okay?" Just pushes out the way, while practically burning. Like, he was leaving footprints from the fire of his rage.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm still just a doll in a cage.
But yeah, how about you? Do you have a favourite moment?
Oh, it was really stupid, but it really tickled me of just, Mordecai and Rigby have got severe tinnitus and are temporarily deaf at the end of the episode. Because of course they are. They just basically got the equivalent of an atom bomb dropped on them, but verbally.
A verbal atom bomb. The do your job bomb.
Yeah, it was a good bit, very funny, and deserved as well. Mordecai and Rigby were insufferable in this episode.
Oh yeah, and it just got worse because, like, we could see it. The reason that it was getting worse is because they weren't getting bollocked for it.
But again, bollocking don't work.
No, well, at least it kicks things down the avenue at least when it happens.
Yeah, it does. It does appear that Mordecai and Rigby are fearful enough of a rebuking that it does get them in gear, even if that gear only lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Like in an ideal world, it'll be until the end of the workday, but really, yeah, it's going to be like very short.
So yeah, let's get to our actual crowning moment, Rick. I don't think I have to ask who's getting your MVP award today.
Well, tee-hee, I'm giving it to Pops. Like, actually, because Benson wouldn't have been in this situation if Pops wasn't there, getting annoyed at Benson's yelling and giving him the ultimatum of, no more shouting or you're fired.
Yeah, it's one of those weird ones where I see where you're coming from. I don't quite agree with your reasoning, but it's how you determine the MVP sometimes.
Yeah, and it's okay to disagree. So by that disagreement, who's going to be your MVP?
I'm going to give it to Benson because Pops was insufferable in this episode. Not quite as bad as Mordecai and Rigby, but he was 100% in the wrong. Threatening to fire Benson over shouting at employees when those employees are fucking up is wrong on every level.
Yeah, I get it.
It's made even worse by the fact that it's not even implied. Benson straight up says to Pops, "This job is all I have."
Yes, he says that, and also, Pops does have the authority to do this, but it's still Mr. Maillard who's, got the actual final say on things.
Mr. Maillard doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's a very aloof boss at best, or should I say owner?
Yes.
But yeah, that does it for today. Benson and Pops going on the leaderboard for, what was this episode called? Peace?
It was Think Positive.
Think Positive, which, is great in theory, less so in practice. Join us again next week, guys, for more regular show shenanigans.
Bye, everybody.